So that is a verb.
So the first W-I-N-D, wind, is pronounced as W-I-N-D, wind, which rhymes with pinned, wind pinned. And the second wind rhymes with kind, wind kind. And so you have two different pronunciations. And again, how do you see or how do you make out which pronunciation will come where? It depends on where the word is used.
Heteronyms. We have first the definition of heteronyms. Heteronyms are spelled the same but have different pronunciation and meaning.
Hetero means dissimilar. Again, nyms we have seen is a name. So you have present and present. Drawer, drawer. Dove, dove. Tear, tear. Sow, sow. So the same word, which is pronounced a bit differently with the same spelling, has two different meanings. So the word does not differ in its spelling, but it differs in its pronunciation. Just for an example, present tense. In the present tense, present, okay, you use it as present. But then when you go to a class and when the teacher takes your attendance, you say present sir. And various times you buy presents for your friends. So present, present. Similarly, there are two slides here that tell you various things through the pictures that are shown on your screen. In the first, you see a TEAR. In the second, again, you see a TEAR. But then in both these circumstances, you have two different pronunciations. In the first, you see a tear flowing from the eye. In the second, you see a lady tearing something. So TEAR, 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 tear. You should not tear pages and you should not cry so that tears roll out of your eyes. Similarly, you have two different again examples here of the word SOW, which is pronounced in two different ways. That is, the farmers sow their seeds. And the second is SOW, sow, which means a female pig. Coming to the next category, it's called heterograph. Again, hetero, as we have seen, means different or dissimilar. Graph, as we have already seen, means writing. So heterographic examples include to, or again BEAR, BARE. Okay, so bear, bear, toad, toad. So heterographs have different spellings, different meanings, but same pronunciation. Next category is polyseme. Poly means many. Semi means meaning. Polysemy is a Greek word. So when we use it in literature or when we use it in language, you pronounce it as polyseme. And polyseme is a word that denotes various meanings, a word that has many related meanings. For example, head, HEAD, head. Head could have various examples like head could be used to denote a human skull. Head could be used to denote the head of a state. That is, you could say in the presidential election, the new president is the head of India. Okay, so he heads India in that sense, in that constitutional position that he has. Head could also mean a leader, and head could also mean a direction. Where do I go from here? Head straight. So go straight. Similarly, another example of polyseme could be hand. We use the same word in different contexts to denote different meanings. Just for an example, in the first slide or in the first image that you see three hands of a clock. In the second example under that, when you see a person giving a helping hand. Okay, lending a helping hand to one of his friends. In the middle, you see a wedding hand. When generally people go with marriage proposals, they go and ask for the hand of the daughter or the son of someone. So you are going there to ask for the hand, the wedding hand. Again, on the right side, you see a human hand, that is a part of our body, and towards the end of that slide, the last slide that you say that the baby is in good hands. The baby is in good hands, which says that you have a very caring hands. Again, another example that you could see is that you could say that her children are not in her hands. That is, they are gone out of hand. Okay, so out of hand, caring hand, wedding hand, helping hand, lending hand, a hand as the part of a body. So all these, let's say, different meanings come from the same word. Similarly, you could have another category which means capitonym. As we had seen earlier, capitonyms are words that share the same spelling but have different meanings when capitalized. When you capitalize a word, it denotes a different meaning and may or may not have a different pronunciation. Just for an example, the word major, major. When you write that word with a capital M, it means a military officer. But when you write it with a small m, then it means something that is very important, a major problem, a major operation. So the major, which means important, okay, is used as an adjective and it comes before a noun and it tells you that this thing is important, this thing is grand. Okay. Similarly, you have the word Polish. With a capital P, it would mean a person from Poland. With a small p, it would mean a verb which says polish my shoes. So to polish means an action that has to be performed. So that polish will be spelt with a small p. What we should remember is that any word that comes at the beginning of a sentence will be written with will start with a capital letter. So even the second Polish or the second major, if they come in the starting of the sentence, they will be written with a capital M. But then when these words come in the middle of the sentence somewhere, then they should be written with a small m or with a capital M, denoting two different meanings. Similarly, you have an example of March. March, which is a month, will be spelt with a capital M, but then the other March that you see on the 26th of January or on the 15th of August, that is the March past, which will be spelt with a small m. More examples could be August, which is the month that will follow July and August. And the second is August means important, where you could say that I am happy to address this August gathering of learned friends. Sort of, August would mean important. If you wish, we could revise a few of these things, but I think they are, let's say, more clear to us these way. But then instead of going to a revision, I'll ask Dr. Bhatt to give a few more examples.
Yes, dear friends, these frequently confused words, they are in the syllabus of Gujarat University as well as North Gujarat University in semester 1. And here, how they are asked in the examination, we have tried to give 3 examples here. They may be asked in this way. The first exercise is, you have to select the word on the right which is most closely related to the word on the left. So in this way, in the examination you will find the exercise. For example, on the left side we have the word sole, S-O-L-E. Now the 4 words, confusing words, they are given on the right side and we have to select the proper word. For example, S-O-L-E, it means lonely. The second example is bail, B-A-I-L. The 4 words are given on the right side, cotton, court, rope and ring. Now B-A-I-L, bail, means court. The court has granted him bail. The third example is F-A-R-E, that is the 4 words given on the right side, journey, beautiful, exhibition and moderate. F-A-R-E, fare, means the price or conveyance price for journey. So the most closely related word is journey. Fourth is C-I-T-E, site, that is a verb. The 4 words on the right side, town, vision, coat and 60. The most closely related word is quote, Q-U-O-T-E. And the last one, that is vocation. The most closely related word to vocation is occupation. Suppose we have vacation, V-A-C-A-T-I-O-N, then we have Diwali vacation or holidays also. Now in this way you may find exercise in your question paper. The second example is matching A and B. Now in this way also you may find in the examination. On the left side we have 5 words and on the right side we have 5 words. We have to match them. So matching A and B, what we say commonly. The first one is except, that is excluding. The second one is cartoon, that is comic picture. The third one is beside, that is close or near. Here close is given. The fourth one is abroad, that is foreign country. And the fifth one is felicitate, that is to honor. So the vocabulary or frequently confused words, they may be asked in matching also. Or the last example is fill in the blanks, in which into bracket you will find 2 or sometimes 3 options, and we have to select the proper option. See the exercise. Fill in the blanks using appropriate words given in the brackets. Number 1. Professor Kapoor is a blank man in our university. The 2 options given to us are respective and respectable. So the correct answer is Professor Kapoor is a respectable man in our university. The second example, the blank of our city is not suitable to me. The 2 options given into bracket, they are weather and weather. The second weather is a connective used to join 2 sentences. So the correct answer is WEATHER. In summer vacation, that is VACATION. My son is going abroad, ABROAD. And the last one is please write a check for rupees 35,000 CHEQUE. So in this way you may find in the university exam as well as your college exam. We hope that this lecture would help you a lot to make you sure how to use the words, how to pronounce the word, and they will solve your problems also as far as examinations are concerned. We both thank you very much, and the staff also, for providing us this opportunity.
And we'll be happy to have your feedbacks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sandhan, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.